Hi, everybody. Well, I just had one of those really adorable, cute, amazing moments in my life. And it happened last night in the Princess Theater. It was hilariously amazing. So when I'm on a cruise ship, especially say Princess cruise ships, which I'm on all the time, or Royal Caribbean, I get recognized a lot when I'm walking around, and that makes norm. People I don't hide when I'm going on a cruise ship. I announce where I'm going. I tell people I'm going on a cruise ship. I bring my son over to my house. He loves it. He gets to stay in my house with the pool table and the arcade and everything while I'm on holidays. So he gets to upgrade his living residence for a couple weeks while I travel. So people know when I'm on a cruise ship, and they keep an eye out for me and everything. And yesterday I was sitting downstairs with a couple friends of mine, Doug and Terry from Travel Only, fellow travel agents. Terry's actually from Ottawa as well. We live like a couple blocks from each other now. And we were sitting there in the theater about an hour before the theater starts, and we were just going over how the different entertainment was on the ship and the food and things, what we're doing on the ship, because we all have our different events we have to do. And Terry started asking me about the yes no game show and how I do, and I say I don't win very often at all. In fact, I did it yesterday and I lasted to 2 minutes and 31 seconds or something like that. And I didn't say yes, I didn't say no. They knocked me out because I went like this. And I got knocked out for doing that. And I think they were afraid I was going to win because I was doing really, really well. But that's beside the point. But I had a video on me that my nephew Mark did when he first tried the yes no game show, and I explained the whole story of him thinking it was going to be me called up, and I had put his name in and he got called up first because he only lasted 3 seconds. He literally lasted 3 seconds in the yes no game show. They started the music thing, it comes down, the lights come down, the spotlight goes on him, and they go, "It's Mark, right?" And he goes, "Yes." Boom, out of the game, right off the bat. Fastest I've ever seen anyone lose in my life, and it was my nephew on his first cruise. I love that. So I'm showing Terry the video there, sitting in the front, and meanwhile I'm listening to these three folks beside me, and they're talking about, they want to meet somebody on the cruise ship. And they say, I don't hear any names or anything like that. The gentleman right beside me has his back to me, and he's talking to the other two ladies, and they're talking. And I hear, yeah, he's on Facebook, and he's very popular on Princess, and I think he's on this ship somewhere. And I'm listening somewhat while I'm holding the video for Terry to watch. And at one point I hear, well, he always likes to sit in the front row. He always says he likes to sit in the front row during Broadway shows, and I know he loves Broadway shows, so I'm really hoping he's going to be here. And I'm going, that sounds awful familiar, folks, because that's where I sit, and I always tell people that's where I love to sit, even though my friends often complain about it, but I like to be that front row guy. And I'm sitting there, and then finally, after a few minutes, again, of them just carrying on a conversation beside them, I hear them say, yeah, okay, let's find his channel and watch one of his videos. And I'm listening, and he says, okay. The lady says, what's the channel called again? And he goes, "It's Dawn's Family Vacation." When I hear those words, I turn, like their back still to me, and behind them I go, oh, I wouldn't listen to that guy. He's completely untrustworthy. And they just turned around and went like this. Like the look on their face, they could not believe they had been sitting beside me for 15 minutes looking for me in the theater. Actually looking around the theater like this, looking for me, and I was right next to them in the seat beside them. Directly in the seat beside them. Exactly where, and they came and sat down beside me. I was there first. I was the first person in the seat in the theater. We had a really nice conversation. We took photos together and everything, and it was just hilarious. That like we couldn't stop laughing about it afterwards, my friends and I, and they thought it was hilarious. And the gentleman says, "I made his cruise. I'm so happy. Glad I did." It was just perfect timing, right? You could not have asked for a better timing thing than that. As I'm kind of listening and hearing, I think they're talking about me, but I don't want to assume anything so I wanted to make sure that they were talking about me before I said anything. And my friend Terry and I took some pictures with us and everything for them, so they had some souvenir and all that. But yeah, that was one of the highlights of this cruise for me, to see the great reaction from folks who are just having a good time just meeting me. And that is so humbling to me. It is beyond belief. And so yesterday was also a little rough because we were doing, during our training sessions yesterday, we had a scavenger hunt. And so we were running around doing our scavenger hunt, and I'd hear, "Hey, you're that guy from YouTube." And I'd go, "Yes, I am." I had to keep going. We're in a race to win the scavenger hunt. So if you happen to be one of those people who saw me running around and all sweaty, I think you understood. I think people were telling everybody they're on a scavenger hunt because we all had pages with us and pens and going around looking for people. But if you thought I was ignoring you, please, I wasn't. It was just that one of those times when we had to all go together because we're a group of 3, and we were trying to get to our different locations and win, because prizes are involved, and you never know what these prizes can be. They can be anything from a backpack to a lanyard to a free cruise. You absolutely never know what can be out there. But all I have to say is those people said that I made their cruise, I made their day. Well, trust me, guys, you made my day way more than I could ever have made yours.